I know that a lot of times we prepare ourselves for something. Maybe it's the goals that we set, or it could be the health that we want to prepare so we can live life with a joy. So, what are you preparing yourself for? And do you believe that when you are well prepared, you're gonna succeed and accomplish more on your goals? So that's what I'm talking about here. And especially, I would like to talk to all of you about midlife. Why? Because there are lots of changes, and sometimes we didn't prepare ourselves well enough. And when things happen, such as lots of changes that's going on in midlife, especially midlife women. So, anything that we do or don't do, it could promote or it could delay our health to be in the optimal level. So, say, have you ever heard that when somebody would like to chop down the tree, they spend of the time or more sharpening their axe and be ready. So when the time comes, then they can just chop down the tree very easily and not frustrated because they have the right tools and prepare themselves for that reason. And similarly, say the Olympics, the sports person would like to get the gold medal. So they spent 3, 4 years for the competition, for the event. So when he or she ready or when the time comes, then they can do their best because they are well prepared for many years, right? So, how about our health, our lives? Do we prepare ourselves and our lives for every day that we live life? Do we? Do we prepare ourselves for that? I think it's a very wise idea because on a day-to-day basis, there's so many things could happen, right? Things that we expect, things that we plan, as well as things that we don't plan or don't expect for them to happen, but they do. So when things like that happen, if we don't prepare ourselves well enough or be strong enough in our health, that could rock the boat. You know what I mean? So when, say if on a day-to-day basis, we live our lives and then all of a sudden somebody drive recklessly or swerve into our lanes, and that could cause us to feel so upset or cause the emotional disturbance, right? And the ability of our driving could be impacted. Hi there. Thanks for hanging with me for a few minutes. So, if we prepare ourselves, we prepare our minds, right? And when things like that happen, it might not upset us or disturb our emotions at all. Versus somebody who don't prepare themselves in their minds, they might feel like so upset and that even bring their days down. We don't want to do that, do we? And similarly with our health. Say if we don't prepare ourselves well enough when something happens, say the COVID happened, right? And if you don't have a good health, if you don't have good immune system, so when things like that happen, we don't prepare for that. Chances we might be on the weak side and our health could go downhill fast, right? Versus somebody who keep their health up all the times, chances are they're gonna be less impacted by those kind of things. But that's kind of like serious thing, right? Because that's not usually how things happen on a day-to-day basis. But say things that we don't expect. The bottom line is if we prepare ourselves well enough, especially in midlife transition, we will be able to handle the changes that we may not expect and these symptoms that we might not want are or unpleasant to us, right? So, hi there. Thanks. Thanks for hanging in with me. Aravind, huge and bossy. That's nice. Well, thanks. Thanks for hanging with me here. And the bottom line is health and wellness are so important. And I would like to encourage you to take a moment to reflect on yourself. How will you prepare yourself? If you prepare well, it's almost like halfway accomplished to your goals, right? So if we prepare on a day-to-day basis, say if we brush our teeth, right? Morning and night, morning and before bedtime. We may not see the result immediately, but if we check in with our dentist once a year or every 6 months, they may say, oh, you have less cavity or your teeth are good and less gingivitis, less disease on your gum or pain in your mouth, any all sort of things, right? So the more that we invest in ourselves and practice consistency on a day-to-day basis, that's gonna help us in the long run. So that's why I have this midlife reset happening, the event on the masterclass. Anybody can prepare themselves, can prepare their health for what may or may not happen. But if it were to happen, we're gonna be better off, right? But if we don't prepare ourselves, we might not be able to handle the changes very well. So if you are interested in preparing your health for your midlife transition, especially I developed this it's a comprehensive health assessment designed specifically for midlife women. So there are different symptoms and how well you do with your health on a day-to-day basis. And we can have the guidelines, the guidance, particularly for you. So there is a step-by-step implementation, the tools, the action that you can improve your health, which equals to the quality of your life on a day-to-day basis, right? So that's gonna be happening this Saturday, the 7th of February, and it's online via Zoom. So if you are interested, direct message me or comment in this live YouTube the word reset, RESET, and I will send you the link to get access to this Zoom call for the masterclass this Saturday. I'm so excited to share this amazing tool so it will help improve your health. And we don't want to be sick or be ill or have unpleasant symptoms on a day-to-day basis, right? So the more that we invest in ourselves, the more that we are aware, whether it's food, what kind of food we eat and don't eat, or what kind of drink we consume or don't consume, especially water. A, a tidbit here that water, probably not so secret, water is so important. Every cell in our body needs water in order for them to function properly. So there you go. And another tidbit, which is not quite a secret, excessive alcohol consumption. That's not going to be helping you and your health because, first of all, your mental status could change, not in a good way, not in a positive way. Secondly, it could impact your liver function, which is responsible for a lot of things. So you want to preserve your liver. Third, long term, besides the liver function be impacting in a negative way, a lot of alcohol could turn into sugar and that would turn into blood sugar level high. So that could lead to diabetes. and besides weight gain, and besides the blood circulation not going to go quite well. So you may have the extremities, hand and feet may not have good blood circulation. As a result, you might have the cold, cold feeling cold easily on hand and feet. So there's so many things could go wrong if you drink excessive alcohol consumption. So again, back to what to eat, what's not to eat, what to drink, what's not to drink. How about sleep? When you sleep well, the body can recuperate, rejuvenate after a long day of work or whatever that you do, right? And exercise. We've got to keep moving, right? Exactly. I saw lots of fruits. That is awesome because fruits are natural, even though some might have more sugar content than others. But if we stick with natural, all good. And everything in moderation, even excellent. So those are some tips that I can share with you now. But if you would like to learn more about taking care of your health, especially in midlife transition, come and join me this Saturday, masterclass. And you better know yourself, right? Because when we know ourselves, we can notice what is not right, what is out of ordinary. And the faster that we can catch on those, the better the better chance that we can improve our health and bounce back, more flexibility, more resilient. So I'm all for natural and holistic. Any way that we can encourage ourselves and set the goals, especially for good health. Not only when people are in midlife, that they can take care of themselves, even at a young age, the well prepared that the body is, the more advanced and the more advantageous your body is gonna last longer, right? We're not gonna plan to live only today, next week, or this year, but we plan to have a sustainable life. This one life of you, or one unit of this health that you have, and it serves you every day and night, every moment, whether you are awake or you are asleep. So when you take good care of yourself, your body, your health will take care of you, because nobody plan in advance in 10, 15, 20, 30 years in advance that they're gonna have any surgery on their hip, on their hips, on their knees, on anybody, right? So the well prepared that we do, when we give for ourselves, there is no greater investment than invest in yourself. So the more that we do that, the better off we will be in the long term, as well as the joy that we get to enjoy life every single day. Don't you agree? I really believe in that, and I believe that everybody deserves to live life with joy and contentment every day. So here I am on this Wellness Wednesday, that I would like to wish you and send you all good vibes so you can have this energy, that positive energy to live life and be aware, be mindful of each and every day of what you eat, what you drink, what you do. Keep moving forward. Even take a leisure walk every day, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day. And here's the tidbit: being mindful and meditation, it's such a great and effective tools to have and to do. Meditation at least 10, 15 minutes a day, that will make a difference, because your mind will be stable and calm. Stable and calm minds can handle a lot of things in your life, not only stress, but it could open your mind and your space in your brain, enhance memory, cognitive function, brain alert, and mental wellness. So try to practice that. And if you are interested in meditation, I also have meditation that as a part of the bonus in my coaching course. But if you would like to know more about it, DM me, contact me, and if you like my content, click like and subscribe so you won't miss it. And I will see you again next Wednesday. In the meantime, live life as beautiful as you are, because you are beautiful and unique. And thanks you all for hanging with me for a few minutes here. And thank you, all of you, for subscribe to my channel. And I love health and wellness. I hope all of you take good care of yourself in the meantime. Bye for now.